Leave an inch of what?
On the back.
Of thread?
So you can't see it. Right there.
Okay.
Finger, PVI on the finger. And you're done.
So you don't have to tie it or
That's
anything,
it.
you just
No.
glue it down?
Literally, just glue it down.
Start getting it.
Okay, we're almost done. Now take a scalpel. I don't think I have one. Yeah. Now take your scalpel. Make sure you got good sharp scalpel. So if you're working old knife, replace the blade. And now you can see the core sticking out here and here. So just come against the edge of the thread. And then I like to just come away from the edge, you know, millimeter, and then just slice straight down, slowly. And that cut off that tail.
Oh.
And then come over here and just slice down. Just slowly, and there's that tail. And you will have, of course, done it correctly. And you have a nice indent.
And you don't ever worry about like the thread coming off the end?
No, again, let me just point out a couple things.
Maybe because you sewed in the tail there, it wouldn't come off.
Okay, first of all, when you do cut the tail off, don't go right against the edge of the thread. Just leave like one span of thread distance. Does that make sense? Yeah, so don't come right against the thread. Just a little, just a hair away from it and cut straight down. So second one here, while I'm pulling thread, you kind of get the gist of the indent. Now, of course, this side it got funky. That's not how it looks, but that's how it looks. And then you'll have all of these strands down the back across the whole width. Does that seem good, doable? Okay, we're almost done. So once you're done with that side, glue that down, flip it over, back into the press, and here are your flags, and do it again. So let me suggest to you that when you sew your end band, if there really is on your book, and it probably doesn't matter, but if there is a top or bottom, you know, a distinctive, you know that's the top and that's the bottom, sew the bottom one first. Just kind of make a mental note. Turn it upside down, sew that one, learn it. Not to say you'll make mistakes, but kind of you'll get the feel. And then you'll flip it around, do the top, and because now you know how to do it well, your top one's going to look really good. Okay. So, see what I'm saying? Kind of make your mistakes around the bottom. Okay, flip it around, do the top one, and set it in your press. Repeat the process. Seem doable?
Mm-hmm.
Easy enough. Okay, now once that's done, then you can pull out the flags. Just get rid of those. And go ahead and put your book back into the press, spine up.
Without the boards?
You know, without the board. Use boards. These boards, again, they're little sticking out too far, so yeah, use boards. Spine up. I like to get that muslin under the boards. And one more step, and we're done for the day. So let me highly recommend get to this point by next week if possible. Because next week, we're now going to make the cover. So we'll take the entire class period and just take that piece of St. Armand paper, fold it up, probably take a good 2 hours, hour and a half, fold it up, and then case this into that and be done. Okay? So back to this, spine is up, and now, where is it? You see a little white, it is probably completely lost. Little white strip of paper.
This right there?
It's-
What's that?
No, you know what, it's gone. Okay, what you're gonna do is cut a strip of paper, a spine lining. You don't see any. Okay, you're gonna cut a piece of paper. Let me just do it out of newsprint. And you won't use newsprint. Just use like a good Xerox paper, thin paper. Even a sheet of Mohawk would work fine. You're gonna cut a strip. Don't use scissors, you know, do it all on the guillotine. You're gonna cut it so that it is the width of the binding, so going from edge to edge. And then the height, you want the strip of paper to come right to the middle of the M-band, middle of the core, so about right there, to the middle of the core, down here. And there isn't one, but use your imagination. Up there. You'll cut that out, glue this out. First you're going to wet out your paper with water, just like I'm doing. Wet it out. Then PVA. Okay, PVA. Then bring this over and just set it so that it goes right to the middle of that core, edge to edge, and just glue it down. And that will go to the other middle of the core. And then just take your bone folder and glue that paper down really well.
So you won't see it even though it's sticking out kind of?
No, because the paper's going right to the middle of the core. It's not going over the core. Does that make
So our
sense?
paper case will
So
cover that.
look at, so now I want you to, everyone look really carefully at this. See the paper? This is the paper lining. See how it goes to about the middle of the core? Doesn't come to the top. It goes about from middle to middle, or maybe a little shy. So the key is you don't have the paper standing off and off. Okay? And that's, so pass it around. Have a good look at that, and that's the paper lining. And that's it. Okay? Any questions about that? All right. So I know a lot of you are kind of, let's say you're behind, but you're just taking your time getting